Hi everyone, today is February 24th, 2026, and according to a report in today's newspaper, the Waterloo Region Record by Jeff Outhit, housing advocates have identified something surprising in Waterloo Region. There are 313 churches and faith properties sitting on over 967 acres of land. And the potential? Up to 19,000 affordable housing units, enough to house more than 55,000 people. That sounds massive, but today I want to break it down. What this really means, why is it significant, and why strategically this alone will not solve our housing crisis. Now, a charity called Relèven analyzed faith-owned land across Waterloo Region, and nearly half of those congregations are financially strained. Now, across Canada, 1/3 of religious properties could close this decade. Instead of shutting down, the idea is simple: add housing, create income, keep the church alive, add affordable supply. The City of Waterloo is even looking at streamlining approvals for churches that want to redevelop. And we've already seen it happen. For example, one local church sold part of its land. The result was 76 townhomes built. They reinvested into a new church and a community center. That's a win-win model for everyone. Now, the headline says 19,000 units, but that's a theoretical maximum capacity. In reality, not all 313 congregations will redevelop. Some are landlocked, and some face heritage restrictions, and some will face neighborhood oppositions, and approvals takes years. We've already seen pushback from some churches regarding, density, traffic, parking, the usual concerns. But here's the bigger issue. Waterloo Region is adding housing at just over half the pace needed to meet its targets. Even if 10% of these church lands redevelop in the next decade, that's helpful, but it's incremental. It doesn't suddenly flood the market with supply. And most of these projects would likely be affordable rentals, purpose-built housing, community-focused developments, not thousands of resale homes hitting the market. So from a market perspective, this helps stabilize. It does not collapse prices. Now, here's why this is important. Faith properties are often located on main roads, near transit, already zoned institutional, so embedded in established neighborhood. Get it? That makes them politically attractive infill opportunities. This is exactly the type of gentle intensification municipalities, our cities are talking about and looking for. So long term, strategic infill like this supports rental supply, reduces homelessness pressure, keeps neighborhood active, preserves community use. It's smarter than pushing growth only to the outskirts. So here's in short: church land redevelopment is a creative solution, a meaningful contributor, a financial lifeline for struggling congregations. But it is not the absolute solution, because our housing crisis is structural. It requires faster approvals, private development confidence. It requires infrastructure expansion, and most of all, economic stability. This is one piece of a much bigger puzzle. And if you want to understand where the market is really heading, not just the headlines, That's exactly what I do. My name is Ilyas Chirius. I'm with Remax City in Kitchener-Waterloo. You can call me anytime for any questions, and see you in the next video.